William Barr. ABC News exclusive. Attorney General Barr says President Trump's tweets make his job, quote, impossible.
I think it's time to stop the tweeting about Department of Justice criminal cases.
Defending himself against criticism over that Roger Stone sentencing reversal.
I'm not going to be bullied or influenced by anybody.
The White House responding now.
Bitter Arctic blast. The coldest air of the season hitting millions this morning. The actual temperature in Minnesota dropping to negative 37 degrees. Now parts of the Northeast bracing for the dangerous deep freeze.
Battle of the Billionaires nominee Michael Bloomberg and President Trump taking new digs at each other as Joe Biden tries to fight back from that fifth-place finish. His new strategy this morning.
Coronavirus crisis. The American retiree traveling on that quarantine cruise ship now testing positive for the virus as the boat begins its first wave of evacuations.
Making their case, the final closing arguments in the Harvey Weinstein trial underway. His team accusing prosecutors of creating a fictional alternate universe to obscure the truth, saying Weinstein's accusers need to take responsibility for their actions.
Meghan's new move. The newly released video of the Duchess from Vogue as she and Prince Harry hold a meeting at Stanford, cutting ties with their Buckingham Palace staff and their potential new ties with Goldman Sachs.
And the reunion 328 days in the making. The record-breaking astronaut and the moment she finally gets to see woman's best friend.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We're excited to share that sweet story with you later on in our show, but nothing like a dog love.
Oh, so cute. We all got the pink memo this morning. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys as we celebrate the holiday and head into this holiday weekend. Here we go. The deep chill is settling in for millions. Take a live look at the ice forming right now in Lake Michigan in Chicago. It's really cold out there.
Ginger's going to have more on that. First, though, our exclusive interview with Attorney General William Barr, declaring that the president's tweets about the Justice Department and ongoing cases make it impossible for him to do his job. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas sat down with the Attorney General. He starts us off from Washington. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. After a week of withering criticism, with prosecutors resigning from a high-profile case and President Trump blasting Justice Department's prosecution of an ally, William Barr did something perhaps unprecedented for a cabinet official. He offered criticism of his boss.
This morning, the Attorney General taking the rare step of criticizing the president in public, pushing back against those tweets about the Roger Stone case and other criminal investigations.
So you're saying you have a problem with the tweets?
Yes, well, I have a problem with some of the tweets. The president has never asked me to do anything in a criminal case. However, to have public statements and tweets made about the department, about our people in the department, our men and women here, about cases pending in the department, and about judges before whom we have cases, make it impossible for me to do my job and to assure the courts and the prosecutors in the department that we're doing our work with integrity.
Bill Barr's comments came as he was under increasing fire for overruling Justice Department prosecutors who recommended a 7 to 9 year prison sentence for the president's longtime friend, Roger Stone. The president furious, calling the recommendation horrible and tweeting, "Cannot allow this miscarriage of justice." Within hours, the Attorney General officially overruled his own prosecutors. But Barr insists politics played no role in his decision and that it was made well before the president's tweet.
Did you talk to the president at all about your decision regarding the recommendations?
Never.
Anybody from the White House call you to try to influence you?
No. Nope.
So
I have not discussed the Roger Stone case at the White House.
And Barr says he supports Roger Stone's conviction, despite the president's attack on the case this week.
I thought the whole prosecution was ridiculous.
The Stone case was prosecuted while I was Attorney General, and I supported it. He was convicted of obstructing Congress and witness tampering, and I thought that was a righteous prosecution. And I was happy that he was convicted.
Barr claims Trump's tweet about the case put him in an impossible situation.
I had made a decision that I thought was fair and reasonable in this particular case. And once the tweet occurred, the question is, well, now what do I do? And do you go forward with what you think is the right decision, or do you pull back because of the tweet? And that just sort of illustrates how disruptive these tweets can be.
And he issued this blunt request to the President of the United States.
It's time to stop the tweeting about Department of Justice criminal cases.
Mr. Barr, the President does not like to be told what to do. He may not like what you're saying. Are you prepared for those ramifications?
Of course. As I said during my confirmation, I came in to serve as Attorney General. I am responsible for everything that happens in the department, and I'm not going to be bullied or influenced by anybody. I cannot do my job here at the department with a constant background commentary that undercuts me.
And George, the president's comments, including those aimed at the judge in the Stone case, have riled the legal community. Last night, something else rare. The Chief Justice of D.C. Circuit Court appeared to push back against the president, saying in a statement, quote, "Public criticism or pressure is not a factor in sentencing decisions by judges on her court."
And
George?
that sentencing will take place next week. Pierre Thomas, thanks very much. Let's bring in our senior national correspondent, Terry Moran, for more on this. Terry, we heard the Attorney General there say he's not going to be bullied, but he has been criticized by many for acting more as the president's defense attorney, and they cite a pattern of behavior coming out of the Mueller report, his summary of the Mueller report, his adjusting the sentencing for Michael Flynn, the president's former national security advisor, and even just this week, assigning a U.S. attorney in Pittsburgh to look into Rudy Giuliani's investigation of what's happening in Ukraine.
That's right. So there's two levels this is happening on. One, tweets and Barr's response to them, which has taken this town and shocked it. The other, substance. Now, there's no question that the underlying statement that Attorney General Barr made, which is that the president did not interfere in Roger Stone's sentencing and the recommendation the Justice Department was making, that tracks right with the president. So he's trying to back him off on the tweets because it's causing a credibility problem for him. But at the end of the day, Bill Barr, nobody's going to stop the president from tweeting.
Yeah, that is for sure. Meantime, one of the things we're seeing, we saw that public criticism yesterday from the president's former chief of staff, John Kelly, but the president bringing in loyalists back into the White House.
That's right. So former Chief of Staff John Kelly really blasting the president for the manner in which he treated Lieutenant Colonel Vindman and others, and taking on the president's judgment essentially on that. The president firing back with a scornful tweet, but he is cleaning house here. A lot of people he thinks are disloyal are going. He's bringing back loyalists like Hope Hicks, one of his most trusted confidants. George?
Terry Moran, thanks very much. To see you.
Okay, George, we're going to turn now to that bitter cold blast. Wind chills in the Midwest falling well below zero this morning, and that cold is now moving east. Ginger is outside in Times Square with the very latest. Ginger, you took one for the team. Good morning.
Good morning. You can feel it out here. It is beyond snuggle weather, that's for sure. We will be dropping about 20 more degrees by tomorrow morning from where we're at right now, but it already happened. Duluth, Minnesota, you can see that the lake steam, the sea smoke, as they call it, even though it's on the lake, they dropped to 21 below, the coldest of their season. Chicago, 3 to 4 inches of snow, the first time this morning that they have reached sub-zero for temperatures. And that's the first time, the latest, that it's been since 2012. Alex Perez right there in Chicago, enduring the cold.
Hey, good morning, Ginger. Yeah, we can really feel it. The Arctic cold really tightening its grip here in the Chicago area overnight. It feels like 16 below zero right now. That's some of the coldest air we have felt all season. Now, I want you to take a look behind me here. You can see parts of Lake Michigan there. You see how still the water is? That's the ice already forming here. You can see some of the chunks of ice there. And here is the not so great news. This cold is spreading now, headed east. Ginger?
That it is. It's coming our way. Thank you, Alex. And you know, that lake has been way behind on ice, as all the Great Lakes have. We've had such a mild winter, so when you get something like this where it's 25 below with it feels like in Minneapolis, those advisories stretch all the way to nearly St. Louis. That slides east by tomorrow morning. If you're in Philadelphia and you feel like 9 or 13 in Washington, D.C., you're going to say, what is happening, Michael? But by the end of the weekend, we start to warm up again.
All right, I'm looking out the window at you, Ginger. Get in. It's cold out there. And now to the coronavirus coronavirus emergency. A 15th case has now been confirmed in the U.S. as we learned that American celebrating his retirement on the Diamond Princess cruise ship has now come down with the virus. Maggie Rulli is there in Japan with the latest. And Maggie, they're now letting people off the boat to finish their quarantine on land.
Yeah, Michael, the idea is to start getting people off of this boat. And today was the first phase, but the number of people who actually qualified and wanted to get off the boat was much lower than we expected. This morning, the evacuation of that cruise ship holding more than 3,600 people on quarantine began with a trickle.
To start this process, 11 guests have chosen to be disembarked.
The captain announcing 11 people chose to leave. The first wave tested are passengers over 80 years old, as well as people with pre-existing conditions.
I don't know how they're going to get through all these test results very quickly.
Passengers have been on board for more than 25 days and under quarantine for 9. Officials finding more than 200 cases of the virus on board. Today, John Herring became one of them. We've been following John and his wife, Melanie, all week. They're on board celebrating his retirement. But a few days ago, he came down with a 103-degree fever. Today, he tested positive for the virus.
I'm alone here in the room, and I would rather be back on the cruise ship.
Now in an isolated hospital room, he was forced to leave his wife, Melanie, behind on board.
This is basically just a waiting game right now.
Back in the U.S., a 15th confirmed case, this time in San Antonio, Texas. People on board the Diamond Princess tell us they feel like the cruise line is doing everything they can. But guys, at the end of the day, it's not the cruise, it's the Japanese Ministry of Health that decides who gets to come off of this ship and when. Cecilia?
Tough conditions there. Okay, Maggie, thank you. We're going to head to the race for the White House now. We're just over a week away from the next round of votes. Nevada up next. And this morning, Joe Biden is trying to change his strategy while President Trump now has his sights set on Mike Bloomberg. And their battle is getting ugly. Chief National Affairs Correspondent Tom Llamas has more.
This morning, as billionaire Michael Bloomberg tries to sell his vision of the future to voters, President Trump is laser focused on bringing up Bloomberg's past as mayor of New York.
Now, the president attacked me this morning on Twitter, and he attacked me again this afternoon in an interview. So let me say this, Mr. President, you can't bully me, and I won't let you bully the American people.
This comes as Bloomberg faces fresh scrutiny over the controversial stop and frisk policing program he expanded in New York City. The president blasting Bloomberg, making this exaggerated claim in a radio interview.
Bloomberg came in and he said, well, you know what? This thing is so good, I'm going to stop every black person. And if you were a black person in New York, you were stopped 2 times a day, 3 times a day. You couldn't go to your house. They were stopping you every day.
But President Trump praised and promoted the policy in the past.
Stop and frisk had a tremendous impact on the safety of New York City, tremendous beyond belief.
Bloomberg isn't the only candidate Trump and his allies are hounding. Right-wing radio host and newly minted Medal of Freedom recipient Rush Limbaugh launching this homophobic attack against Pete Buttigieg.
A gay guy, 37 years old, loves kissing his husband on debate stages. Can you see Trump have fun with that?
President Trump insisting he has no problem with Buttigieg's sexuality, but saying some voters might.
I think so. I think there would be some that wouldn't, and, I wouldn't be among that group, to be honest with you. But I think that, yes, I think that it doesn't seem to be hurting Pete Buttigieg. There'd be a group that probably wouldn't, but, you and I would not be in that group.
Coming to the former South Bend mayor's defense, former Vice President Joe Biden.
Pete and I are competitors. This guy has honor, he has courage, he's smart as hell.
Appearing with his wife Jill on The View, Biden expressed confidence that even though getting what he described as gut-punched in early primaries, he's still the best candidate to take on the president.
I believe I'm going to beat Trump.
But behind the scenes, his campaign trying to reset by redeploying resources, moving money and staffers, some from Super Tuesday states into Nevada and South Carolina. Biden desperate for strong finishes in these next 2 contests, where for the first time in this election cycle, minority voters will play a major role.
99% of the African American vote hadn't voted yet. And 99% of the Hispanic vote hadn't voted yet.
And overnight, Joe Biden making a big claim to donors, saying he's confident he's going to place first or second in the Nevada caucus and win South Carolina. Also today, Michael Bloomberg's birthday. He turned 78, same age as Senator Bernie Sanders.
Hey, Tom, thanks very much.
Thank you. And now, George, I'm sorry, it's on
okay.
you.
Yeah, we're going to get the latest.
I'm just so excited to get going.
Share the love.
Valentine's.
It is Valentine's Day. But we're going to get the latest on the Harvey Weinstein trial. Prosecutors set to present their closing arguments today after the defense wrapped up Thursday by comparing the prosecutors to movie producers writing a fictional script. Stephanie Ramos is outside the courthouse here in Manhattan with the story. Good morning, Stephanie.
George, good morning. Harvey Weinstein says he's been given a fair trial as his defense laid out their closing arguments here yesterday. Defense attorney Donna Rotuno painted prosecutors as, quote, producers writing a script, adding that they created a fictional alternative universe to strip adult women of common sense, autonomy, and responsibility, obscuring what she says is the truth that both women accusing Weinstein of assault were engaged in consensual sexual relationships with him. Weinstein is accused of raping an actress in a New York City hotel room in 2013 and forcing a sex act on production assistant Mimi Haley in 2006. 4 other women were called as witnesses by the prosecution alleging rape and sex assault in an attempt to show that Weinstein was a serial sexual predator who used his power and influence to target young women. Weinstein denies all claims. Now, if convicted of the top charges, Weinstein could face life in prison. He did not testify here yesterday, but today prosecutors will lay out their closing arguments and jury deliberations are set to begin on Tuesday. Guys.
Stephanie Ramos, thanks.
And now to a big weekend for the NBA. The All-Star Game is getting underway in Chicago with the top talent in the league, and some really special tributes are planned to honor Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. TJ Holmes is here with all the details. Good morning, TJ.
Hey, good morning. And Stray, we know that he was the definition of perennial All-Star. He made 18 All-Star games in his 20-year career. So this is going to be a special weekend, and it is going to feel different. First of all the players are wearing just 2 numbers, 24 and 2. 24 was his number. 2 was the number Gigi, his daughter, wore. So that is going to be different and special. Also this weekend, Jennifer Hudson is going to do a special tribute. They have several artists lined up, but she is going, a Chicago native, doing a special tribute to start off this game. And also they're changing the game format. They're going to do an untimed 4th quarter. A little difficult to kind of understand here, but what they're going to do is the team who has the most points after 3 quarters, they're going to add 24 to it and make that the target score. So the first team to makes it to that target score is going to be the winner. So they're trying to get to the 24, but another way to honor Kobe.
All right, and we know that Kobe's wife, Vanessa, had an announcement of her own. She's renaming the foundation.
Yeah, it was the Mamba Foundation, Mamba and Mambacita. Kobe was the one who took the calling his daughter, Mambacita. And so now they're naming it the Mamba and Mambacita Foundation. So really cool to see there. But a weekend of tributes for the first family event, if you will, for the NBA since they lost a family member.
Yeah.
All right, make sure we tune into the All-Star Game
this weekend. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, TJ. We are following a lot of other stories this morning, including the latest on Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan. There's a new video from Vogue as they let their Buckingham Palace staff go and make a surprise appearance at Stanford University. We're going to tell you what it all means for their future.
And the zookeeper who survived that harrowing tiger attack is now telling her story for the first time. But let's head back over to Ginger, who's inside and thawing out.
You know, we all knew that for the United States, January was the warmest on record. But now we know that for the globe, January was the warmest on record. So as you get this little injection of cold, know that. And the 4 warmest Januaries have happened since 2016. The Weekend Getaway is now brought to you by Verizon.
As parents of 6, this network is one less thing I have to worry about.
Why the Aceves family chose Verizon.
We all use our phones very differently.
These 2 are always gaming, and this one's always on FaceTime.
And my oldest is learning to be a pilot. We need a reliable network because I need to know he's safe. As soon as he lands, he knows he better call Mama.
Mama!
The network more people rely on gives you more. Like plans your family can mix and match starting at just $35. So everyone gets the plan they need and Apple Music on us. Plus iPhone 11 on us when you buy the latest iPhone. That's Verizon.
A little bit of winter to round out your work week. In fact, frigid cold for the next 48 hours today and tomorrow. Today's temperatures will hover around the upper 30s, but some breezy sunshine today will deliver wind chill temperatures. It'll feel like we're in the teens to 20s throughout the day today. And some pretty low temperatures, too, for early Saturday morning. Maybe our lowest temperature of the winter so far. We bounce back to the 50s on Sunday with sunshine. 53 for President's Day. Your next chance of rain Tuesday next week.
Is not in the Valentine spirit. Another one is Bachelor Nick is here. He's in the Valentine spirit.
You know that look? That life of the party look. Walk it off look. 1 more mile look. Reply all look. Own your look with